Greetings, my name is Mokgalane. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the South African Council for Educators. We are excited for the 2024 IFTRA conference, especially the theme that says teacher regulation for quantity and quality, can it be done? One of the reasons why this theme connects with us as South African Council for Educators and South Africa as a country is that we're dealing with issues of quality in terms of the continuing professional development that is key for capabilities and capacities of the kind of teachers that we want to have in our classrooms. But also, it's not about the teachers only, but it's also about the school leadership in terms of the qualifications that they need to have, the qualities that they need to have. Are they fit for purpose in terms of leading the schools and the performance of the schools, etc.? And therefore, their continuing professional development also matter, because in most cases, if you check literature, you check many countries, the focus is more on quality when it comes to teachers, but we sometimes neglect issues around quality of the school leaders that we have. Secondly, we feel that issues of quantities, it's not about the absolute numbers only in terms of how many teachers do we need to make sure that we achieve our goals, we meet the requirements of the Sustainable Development Goals, but also the Continental Africa Agenda 2063 and also other related matters. And therefore, while from quantity perspective we'll be looking at the absolute numbers, but also we feel that we need to also be focusing on the qualitative areas, substantive areas like areas of specialization. Are we responding to the needs of the country? What kind of a teacher do we want to see in a classroom so that we can be in a position to assist our own respective countries in terms of qualitative issues? One of the challenges that we are facing as a country from a quantitative perspective is the looming teacher shortage. And therefore, we are looking forward to learning from other countries in terms of how do they deal with issues of teacher shortages. And for us, it's even worse because you have teacher shortage. However, there are a number of unemployed teachers in the country that are sitting without doing anything. So how do you deal with the disconnect between the issue of looming teacher shortage, but also sitting with number of teachers that are not employed in the country? And secondly, from a qualitative perspective, we experiencing an issue of having declared a mandatory continuing professional teacher development system. However, it's not enforceable because we do not have sanctions, or we do not have mechanisms to enforce that particular process. It's a mandatory on paper, but when it comes to really making sure that we encourage teachers to participate, they do not, because there are no sanctions, there are no incentives to attach to that particular continuing professional development. Other areas that we're looking forward to, because they are a challenge to us, include having ethical issues within the teaching profession. And therefore, when you deal with the disciplinary processes and when you deal with issues of enforcement of the Code of Professional Ethics, there might be challenges that we experience because we're depending on other third parties to be assisting us to deal with the enforcement process. And therefore, as a challenge, we're looking forward to really learn from other countries in terms of how to deal with those issues.